All right, everybody, this is William K. Merthomer on this one, and I am live from the federal courthouse in Orlando, Florida. Now, the reason I'm here doing this experimental broadcast is that some of you may know that there's been a little bit of a controversy regarding uh, Mr. Getz, who is a congressman from North Florida. He's been implicated in child trafficking, where he had sex with a minor and paid for it. This could be roughly defined as human trafficking. Now, what is happening today is a person who is a tax collector of all things from Seminole County, which is our neighbor to the north, is going to change this plea to guilty here at the courthouse today. And so basically, I'm here with a bunch of mainstream press and basically testing out this equipment and also seeing if anything's going to happen today, such as press conferences or what have you. Basically, right now, it's just a bunch of people sitting around here with cameras waiting for something to happen. So we wait. And so what you're going to see right now is a picture of a courthouse. Well. How come I am not getting? I'm trying to log into Twitter to share this on my other phone, and it's not working. Got a guy with a fancy blue suit just walking. Yeah, since I'm outdoors, I guess I don't need to wear my mask. I don't have my mask on. Well, I'm not going indoors anyways. Let's see, how can I do this a different way? No. Okay. Well, we're getting a lot of wind noise, but no microphone. Why? Oh, there we go. We're getting a lot of wind noise, but no microphone. Why? Oh, there we go. We're getting a lot of wind noise, but no microphone. Why? Ah, shoot. While we're waiting, I guess what I'll do is just kind of scan the area so you guys can see what the hell's going on here. We got all the big shots here. This looks like typical news event. We got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got probably 10 or 15 cameras. This is this thing here is where people go and they want to talk to everybody. Hi, gang. And let's see what we got over here. Let's see if we got anybody. I have no idea who these people are. Somebody's using that little box down here. That is a teleprompter. So anybody recognize who that dude is? I don't. This is where the action is today. Now Spectrum, this is the cable guy. Oh. Smile, guys, you're on candid camera. We got I guess citation better. And there we go. I'm gonna do is everything's gonna go sideways for a minute because I gotta try and message you guys on my regular Twitter account.
Yeah. Take a right at the shop. Yeah, no, it's nice. Also,
okay, now we go back to normal. Phone's almost going to fall out of the tripod. All right. Well, so far we got a whole bunch of people with cameras staring at a door. It's typical on a setup of one of these things. You gotta wait around, and then when it goes to air, it changes. Back in the old C-band satellite days, we used to see a lot of this stuff on open feeds on the satellites as the networks fed everything by satellite back to their studios from wherever they're doing their live shots. Now it's all done through the internet. We've got one satellite truck that's set up and running so far. Now back when I was leasing those things, they'd be all over the place, but things are different now. And the cameras have gotten considerably smaller. As of yet, I don't see anybody I recognize. That's that previous thing, the dude in the tent-like area, he's probably CNN or one of the major networks. I just don't recognize him because I don't watch. Now, this is basically just guilty, not guilty plea, so we're probably going to get somebody coming out probably a half hour, maybe 9:30 or so, to give an update. Now, it's either 9 or 10 o'clock that this is going to take place. Well, whoever that guy is, everybody knows him. Lucky cop, he gets to ride a Harley. I am live stream capable, so when I go to cover my trials down in Fort Lauderdale and Ocala, this is how I'll be doing it. So this is, I'll be able to go full speed ahead now with some of the things that I plan on doing.
He likes to travel.
Now this is all the mainstream guys lined up. Got a few people off camera. They're sitting around. This is kind of like the main staging area because when they do the press conference after the court, it's going to be over there. So that's the nice thing about my system is it's portable, so I'll be able to at least view the press conference. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to hear. You know, it just depends on how loud these guys talk. There's one back in the Casey Anthony trial. You know, I basically took my camera I was using at the time and got up close and personal, and then that transmitted back to my laptop and up onto the internet. Then back then, live streaming was a bit of a chore when you were not a network personality. Okay, so it's 10:04. This thing is supposed to start at 10 o'clock. So I would say we got probably a half-hour wait until somebody shows up to, you know, talk the talk. And as long as the battery holds out, I'll pick that up and we'll go from there. I wonder what all the boxes are. There's a guy standing here with all these boxes. Must be evidence or something. So this right in the middle of my screen. I can't zoom in. That's a cart full of boxes. I'm going to try once again to do the zoom on this. Nope, won't let me zoom. So just go with it. Oh, the one guy, yeah, you got the Orlando Sentinels here. That's who that one guy is. I remember him from Casey Anthony. He hadn't changed much. Okay. Welcome to whoever just came in. We're waiting for the Seminole County tax collector to plead guilty to charges dealing with having sex with a minor. And this apparently is going to get Matt Gaetz, the Republican from North Florida, in a little bit of hot water. So they say on the news. There we go. Copyrighted music going over a live stream. Love it. Congratulations, graduation 2021. So we got that going on.
Do they have reporters actually in there with credentials?
They probably generally they do, you know, but being a federal courthouse, they can't. They're restricted on what they can no live streaming. I don't know if they allow texting in the federal courts or not. But yeah, I think there's a guy from CNN in there and a couple of other people. Taking pictures of a notice. Got people all dressed up for the party coming in. I don't know who these people are. Yeah, two people standing over there. I guess they're just not telling who they are. Geez, I like that mic stand. That's more stable than the one I got at the house. Wow, that's a long way to have your camera, dude. Guy's had his camera set up across the street. Damn. Yeah, Channel 6 is walking around. I wonder who the reporter's coming over here for them. Yeah, Channel 35. Okay. Looks like they've gotten a new reporter since then, because back in 2008, they had this young, skinny blonde woman on it. I wonder who this chick is on the. Got this woman standing up on a road case. I don't know what she's doing. I haven't seen anybody I could identify as from the alternative media down here, such as ONN or whatever that thing is that Lynn Wood has got himself involved in. And a $5,000 camera just got smacked on the ground. Starting to get more guys arriving. And she got down off her soapbox, so I guess I'll take pictures of the door again. Let's see. Yeah, I got somebody with a dead cat that just showed up. One of the blimps. Actually, that kind of a microphone, they call it a blimp. It's this enormous mic. Canon. Good old camera. Can't afford it, but it's a good camera. Oh. Okay, welcome. So far, not much going on. It's 11 after. They're supposed to have something go on here fairly quick, because once he pleads guilty to his charge, there's probably going to be a motion or two, and then boom, he's gone. And everybody's going to walk out here, say their piece, and we go from there. For right now, hey, hi, GS. Welcome to my first live stream being mobile. This is the federal courthouse in Orlando, Florida. The best friend of Matt Getz is entering a plea of guilty in the charges lodged against him here in federal court. And we got all the mainstream media here along with little old me doing their thing. That woman's having a bad hair day. They're trying to get a reflector set up. The only problem is it's windy here in Orlando, and that particular kind of reflector, even with the sandbags, that thing's gonna be all over the place. And we got security. I believe that's private armed security, so they're gonna be keeping an eye on things. So that's what's going on so far. We should have something. It's 12 after. These things, this shouldn't take more than a half hour at the outside. Because all it is a plea deal. So once I get the plea deal out of the way, that's the end of that. But this, basically all this is a test. Because when I start covering the trial, say of Field McConnell or Neely Blanchard and so on and so forth, I need to know that I've got equipment that'll work. And I've also figured out a way to get around the subscriber problem that I was having with YouTube. By going through StreamYard, I don't have to worry about that. I can sit here and stream with me just short of 1,000 subscriber list. So this is going to help me be more active with the things that I want to do on the air. And so this is kind of like the founding broadcast, Mark Witness on Live Mobile. And right now it consists of staring at a door. Because it's just nothing going on. No reporters out here yammering away. Everybody's pointing cameras everywhere. And I just gotta wait. Yeah, I can't help the wind noise. I don't have a dead cat on this mic because I threw this stuff together real quick, and so I'm having to deal with that. Now, my noise canceling headset I'm going to start using as soon as I do some adjustments to it to see if I can cut down on this wind noise. This is a cheap mic I picked up from Walmart a few months back. It's the one I usually do my mobile phones with. I have another microphone at the house that I usually use on this. Yeah, there goes my phone. Yeah, the disadvantage of using a cell phone for live streaming is if somebody decides they want to call you, they're going to call you. And it's going to go right over the live stream. So I just have to, that's one of those things, it's a cost because you can't put the thing on airplane mode because you won't be able to live stream anymore. Well, I'm glad the voice is clear. That's my primary concern. Usually when the wind dies down like it is now, it gets much better. So that's working out. So we're getting more cameras being brought in. Vast majority of them are at well, whoever that guy was, he got a piece of paper and left. I'm gonna have to, once this thing is done, I'm gonna have to go talk to him. I want to figure a couple of things out. And Babe King, thanks for the check-in. It's good to know that everything's working the way it's supposed to. Yeah, that's one thing about this test run is I'm able to get things coordinated. Yeah, and we got a guy going around in circles with a Jeep. Now, he's come by here before. Oh. People play music so that everybody in a 3 block area can hear it. I haven't heard that one song in a while. Oh, far. Sorry about the dead air, but there really ain't much to talk about right now. I wish they'd hurry up and do what they're going to do so I get something on air. Right now, I got about 35 minutes of staring at a door. Now, you may notice on my channel there's some other broadcasts that I made, and I was doing the shakedowns of this thing. And show you how the wind is doing. You got the light here. Nice and sunny out. It's actually not very hot. It's fairly cool in the shade here. This is an 8-story building, so you get kind of a windbreak depending on which way the wind comes. I'm gonna try and keep this as close as I can. TikTok Matt Guts. Somebody hired a banner plane and it's got TikTok Matt Guts on it. Gotta love it.
What?
That's one thing. Orlando is banner plane city. We have banner planes that fly over here. Oh, he's making a steep turn. He's coming back. I wish I could get the zoom to work on this damn phone. You guys seeing the airplane? Boy, this guy with the SUV just loves driving around with that music on. Now, that's the banner plane. These guys advertise on Twitter all the time. They've flown banner planes over Donald Trump's house, down at Mar-a-Lago and up in Washington, different places. And, they fly wide out. Yeah. They fly out just up in Washington. He uses the banner. He uses the trucks. They have the rolling billboards that they use. They parked in front of the White House and different places. He's going to come back around again. That particular plane, the way he's flying, he's probably got about 3 hours of fuel, so he could stay up there for as long as he wants, as long as the FAA lets him. Well, here comes a guy with a, I don't know who that is, but dressed nice. TikTok Matt Getz. And the white. Usually you see this guy flying over the Tinker Field and some events in downtown. Any major event. But at that angle, I'm not going to see the sign. So all the mainstreams, they got their cameras going around. These guys got better lenses, so they probably got a good picture of the plane. Yeah, that's a good one there. I don't know if this is going to show up on YouTube, but you know, what the heck? Sit there and watch a banner plane fly in circles for a while. If I had my other camera down here, I'd be able to get that, but I wouldn't be able to live stream. Yeah, it's too bad Mad Dog doesn't have his truck down here. That'd be fun. I wonder why they got cameras set so far away. That's weird. Must be he's going to come from that way or go that way. I don't know. Whew. Yeah, it's Get's partner. He is a former tax collector in Seminole County, which is one county north of here. And what's happened is that the guy has got himself in so much trouble, it's alleged that he's going to plea bargain, take a guilty plea, and then he's going to turn on Matt. And in the state of Florida, it's against the law to have sex with a girl 17 years old, and it's also against the law to pay for it. And so he's also facing federal child trafficking charges, because basically this is child trafficking is what he's alleged to be. And everybody's taking pictures of the banner planes coming, going north. And here we go again. And it comes over the trees. Anybody seeing a plane? I can't see it on this thing. The monitor screen I have on this phone is tiny. This is a trip. I think you're at a football game or something with this airplanes. Oh God! Yeah, all the mainstream guys are looking at the plane. The plane, the plane. Let us see the plane. This is a trip. All these $20,000 cameras looking at a banner plane. Trip. And now we go back and stare at the door. Yeah, he's going around the back of the federal courthouse. Private security. Usually at the courthouses, they use U.S. Marshals. I don't see any of those guys around here. I never got my reading glasses. Yeah, all I do is I point the camera and just hope you can see it, because I didn't bring my reading glasses and the screen on this Galaxy is so small, it's hard to make out. Well, 25 after, and I guess they're still huddling in there. No, I haven't got them yet. Orange County, I've got to have 1,000 subscribers plus in order to get credentials. Now, this is federal court, and I'm going to have to check with the federal court to see how the credentialing works over here. But you cannot, with federal court, you cannot take pictures inside the court. You cannot live stream from the court, and I don't even think you can text from the court. Yeah, they're very restrictive with federal jurisdictions. Now, the county works a little bit different. I checked with the administration at the Orange County Courthouse, and if I have the subscriber count, my viewing account far exceeds the requirements. But if I have the viewers, I can get credentialed into the county court. I can text out of the court. I just cannot receive calls, I cannot live stream, and I cannot record the proceedings. Usually they have a pool camera in the court that live streams the major cases, so that takes care of that problem. And usually, with the credentials, if I was at the Orange County Courthouse, I could tap into the audio video system there through a small press room that they got up on the third floor. Uh, I did that in the Casey Anthony case. I was able to live stream the trial using that equipment. So hopefully, things will work out and I'll be able to get properly credentialed in time for the Field McConnell case, because Fort Lauderdale's a separate court, so I'm going to have to go down there and get credentialed there as well. But by getting credentialed in Orlando, it will help me when I get credentialed in Fort Lauderdale, because I've already been credentialed in one court, so I can get temporary credentialing down there. But it's the 1,000 subscriber limit that I have to exceed. I'm well over the limit for the number of hours that I'm on the air. And the viewing. What this is, Matt Gaetz, the Republican congressman, has got a bit of a scandal going where he is accused of having sex with a teenage girl and paying for it. Now, a close friend of his, who used to be the tax collector for Seminole County, is going to enter a plea of guilty in court today. He had originally pled not guilty, but now he is going over and he is going to plead guilty to the charges lodged against him. And unfortunately, I didn't make notes to know what the exact charges are. But even if he pleads guilty, I understand that he's facing a 10-year sentence in jail. So it's and he apparently is going to testify against Matt Gaetz with the federal prosecutors. And so that's where we're heading with that. And so, as usually the case with these things, once the court proceedings are done, they're going to come out here. They're going to come over to this little mic stand here, and they'll, excuse me, they'll have some kind of a press conference and, maybe answer reporters' questions and stuff. So that's the main reason I'm here. I'm here to see if I can pick up some of that. I did this when I was covering the Casey Anthony case, so I'm going to try to do it here. And excuse me, I'm going to make another adjustment on my tripod. I forgot I had this. I should have extended these before. Well, what you do, at least you get kind of this is going to make my life a little easier. Yeah, that's the problem with those things. They accordion out, but they accordion back in. Just one of these things they advertise where you unfold a bunch. He sat down on that thing and went boom, down on the ground. Some things are too good to be true. But yeah, it's gonna make. What I'm not seeing right now are news helicopters. I guess there's no reason to have them flying in circles. Because usually at an event like this, you have all these news helicopters flopping around. But no news helicopters. So, and the banner plane is starting to make another approach coming in from the south. And the way he's pitching up and the wind, he's fighting the wind. They get as close to a stall as they can get, so the plane's going as slow as it goes. It can, so that people can read whatever it is he's advertising. So, jeez. Everybody's looking at the airplane. Why are these guys across the street? That's weird. He's directly overhead. I'm not going to be able to read it. Now, this guy here walking across, I think he's with CNN. Yeah, you go to that door, dude. Always go to the door with all the notices on it. Works every time. A lot of fun doing that through a phone. Guy does more walking than I do. Somebody ought to tweet the Mad Dog. They ought to have banner trucks down here instead of that airplane. You could run back and forth on the road here, and at least the reporters would get them on camera.
You know, it's kind of funny. Granted, the map doesn't help that.
May have to switch phones. I'm at 25%. This thing usually starts acting up if it gets below 15%. I thought they'd be. Yeah. Looks like another reporter getting ready to go in. One thing about Orlando and their court system down here is these people are rarely on time. It was a constant problem in the Casey Anthony days. They just are always late getting started. Drove everybody nuts, and that's the same thing's happening here today. We're just in standby mode. Well. Boy, they need to replace that flag. It's all torn. Got a U.S. flag over here, and it's kind of seen better days. Well, I think the news helicopters are starting to show up. I just heard one. Maybe not. Maybe something else that I'm hearing. Not understanding why this thing isn't scrolling. Hello, Martha. Welcome. Basically, just a dry run today. This is the very first live stream over YouTube that I've done in 10 years. Okay, the banner plane is flying again. Still can't. It's at a bad angle, so you can't read the banner. But what he does, he goes around and comes back, so you're better able to see it. Tick tock, back, back. Yes. Wonder if these ladies are Trump fans sitting on the stoop here. And this lady running around with the laptop, I don't think she's mainstream. I don't know who she is. Oh, that's cool. I always thought that Levi controlled that. That's interesting. I just saw DS Grippler come up on my screen here, like I see on Levi's show. That's slick. It's like my fellow social media citizen journalists. What might be at work here. The person on trial, this really isn't that. It's a plea hearing. Matt Getz used to hang around with a guy from Seminole County here in Florida, Central Florida, and he was a former Seminole County tax collector. And apparently he arranged, or is alleged to have arranged, dates for Matt Getz. And unfortunately, the dates he arranged were with underage girls. And there are text messages and all kinds of stuff floating around on the internet where there's proof that Matt Getz was hitting date sites and getting paying for these dates, which is against the law. And it's alleged that he is going to be charged with child trafficking. And this guy that's in the hearing right now is going to change his plea from not guilty to guilty. And usually when something like that is done, it is because the defendant is going to give something to the prosecution, which makes it worthwhile for them to offer this plea deal. And in this case, it's likely going to be testifying against Matt Getz plus anyone else that may have gotten in trouble. Bert left pressed aisle this morning, heading back to Massachusetts. I have no idea what that's about. Oh, wait a minute. Very hard for me to read the small print on this phone. And I left my reading glasses in the car. Oh, no, that's another security guard. That's not U.S. U.S. Marshals do wear blue uniforms, but arm patch is wrong. Left press guy on. Okay. Yeah, Massachusetts is right. I don't know if they're more expensive than California or not, but that's one of the highest places, most expensive places to live in the country, is the entire state of Massachusetts. It's really too bad. It's a nice state. Been up there many a time. Ooh. Yeah, I've been to Presque Isle. It's nice, beautiful area. Used to haul potatoes out of there. Maine potatoes. I'm gonna do a walk around and see.
Yeah.
And this is what we're looking at so far. Love to know who that woman in the ponytail is. She looks familiar, but got a bunch of people sitting up on them. They set up their own little media tent over in the corner. And nothing like the Casey Anthony case. They actually put up a complete building where they had it was like a 3-story building like you see at a concert, and they had all the people over there. Yeah, it's definitely God's country. I love it up there. Just don't like the winters. Too cold. what I like about Florida. It's warm down here, and it's not too bad in the winter. It gets cold in the winter, but briefly. So, oh, there. All right. Yeah, it's a lot. Maine is a big state. Mm. Yeah, it's definitely brutally cold up there. Oh God, driving truck in the dead of winter in Maine is an experience. Sit there and stare face to face with a moose. That little sucker wouldn't move. You hit the horn and they charge at you. Weird animal. And the banner plane is still flying around. Wish they had brought one of their mobile trucks down here. That would have been a good picture. Yeah, I'm going to check what the court accepts because that's what you do. I know there's a couple of organizations and stuff like that. If my on-site coverage picks up like I hope it does, then I'm going to have to get better credentialing, and so I'm going to have to check into that. Yeah, the mainstream press has got a lock on that sort of thing. You know, the state of Florida, after the Casey Anthony with all the bloggers and everything running into court, said, they came up with these restrictions where you have to have so many hours of viewership or readership, and you got to have 1,000 subscribers or more to your platform, be it a blog. Okay, we just hit the 15% mode. What I may have to do is I may have to shut down and switch phones in order to continue, since this is not going to last. So if I do go down, folks, hang around. I'll be right back up again. So we'll see. Right now, I'm going to let it fall down to about, let's see what we got on the other phone right now. Well, if I read that right, well, we're not using the face. So, another camera just showed up. Hello there. I don't want. Oh, this thing says 68 degrees. Boy, it feels warmer than that. Okay. Get the software up and running, and then we'll do a quick switch. Like I said, this is an experimental broadcast, so Chrome. Whew. Okay, I got the other phone up and running. 495. Been on that road many a time. Okay, now I gotta go back. Whew. That's long. Okay, I gotta get my email. Come on. Email. Okay. All right, well, that didn't work. Let's see. Oops, don't want that one. Oh, no, don't do that. Yeah. Okay, so far, I spent an hour and 3 minutes staring at a door. Oh. And I gotta get this thing switched over. I'll be taking still images. Let's see. And, okay. Alright, let's do this over again. So far, the phone's held up. I didn't realize I was going to be. Man, are playing slang over again. Come on. Sorry about the dead air, folks. I'm trying to get this backup phone set up. Okay, now this drops too low. Okay. All right, so far, the phone's holding out. I'm going to have to switch phones, though, because great broadcast. Now, this thing does the selfie. Now, unfortunately, with this phone, I'm going to have to use. Yeah, that's. Got to switch this around. Camera. information back. Well, that's weird, but it works. Right now, what's happening, Trippy Dead, is that the friend of Matt Getz, who is implicated in the child prostitution and child trafficking scandal, is going to plead guilty to the charges lodged against him in exchange for information that may implicate Matt Getz and others in the child trafficking, child prostitution. And so basically right now, I'm waiting for someone to come out. To give a presser. And I may be doing 2 broadcasts at the same time because I'm waiting. Let's see what's going on here. Trying to. Oh. Well, shoot. Now, what I may do, I may have to record the presser because this thing is not doing what I want. So, well, we'll see. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to play around with this software. It's a good way to break a mic. Yeah, Joe Greenberg. I finally got a name. Thanks. Yeah, and what they'll do is they generally will come out and they'll have like a little press conference. But if I can't get the phone working properly, I'm going to miss the press conference because I'm down to 8% of my battery. And with it, oh, Jesus. All right, I'm going to have to get the other phone up. So, all right, what I'm going to do, because I probably can't do 2 broadcasts at the same time, I'm going to quickly end this, switch phones, and I'm going to be right back on the air again. So be sure to stay tuned and come back. This is William K. Mertama with this one. Have a good one.